Bill Henshaw here, your friendly local constitutional coop from the San Francisco Peninsula. And the topic for the video today is that there are conservative law professors and commentators out there, conservatives, claiming that Trump can't run for president next year because of Section 3 of the non-existent 14th War Amendment. And you bastards claim to be conservatives, and you don't know that that amendment not only doesn't exist, it never did. What the hell law school did you go to? Gong Gong Polytechnic in North Korea? Well, amendment's not there. The current justices on the court know this. They won't be prepared to rule on it when they come back in session in October. At least I would be shocked if it happened that quickly. Sooner or later, it will. And I think after the next quote unquote election, good luck with that, Democrats. Who are you going to get to run? Sacramento Shamala Harris? Gavin Gruesome? I mean, there's just no way. So what happens then is Alito and Thomas retire. They get two younger conservatives on there. And now we're good for the next 10 or 12 years, maybe more than that. And the way they've been going, and I wish they'd be doing it quicker out there, John Roberts, Clarence Thomas, and all, let the American people know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Your approval rating will shoot through the roof if that happens. But in any case, to make a ludicrous claim like that, and I can prove that, by the way, about the 14th Amendment off the top of my head. I don't even need notes, which I rarely ever do with videos anyway. But in pure point of fact, the Supreme Court ruled, in effect, the amendment was unconstitutional contemporaneously. Cases ex parte McCardle, 7 Law 506. But they were not allowed to announce the decision because his attorneys went up there unsuspectingly, I think, in that era under the Habeas Corpus Act of 1867. What Congress did was to immediately remove jurisdiction from the court, and the justices didn't have the decency and integrity to transfer it over to the original jurisdiction of the court that Congress can't touch. Would have changed the course of American history. And you'll learn a lot more about the 14th Amendment and other BS civil rights crap. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. None of it's there. None of it was planned to help anybody, most particularly the freedmen. I mean, come on, the New York banksters didn't give a rat's ass about that. What they wanted to do was get ignorant voters in the southern states so they could take over the national government and do, in effect, what they've done for the last 155 years. That's the real agenda. You got no rights, and just like Roger Brooke-Taney said in that infamous Scott v. Sanford case, otherwise known as Dred Scott v. Sanford, that the black man doesn't have any rights the white man is bound to respect. And that's there, and that's all we heard when I was in school about that. Had they had more studying on it, or if I'd taken some initiative and I didn't know any better at the age of 16 than you probably did, you would have found out he was talking about the situation back in the day before we became the United States and we were subject to Great Britain. In any event, not only has nothing changed, it's gotten a lot worse today because with the 14th War Amendment, that's the only body politic these bastards recognize. And what happened was they made us all equal, that's for sure, not by elevating the freedmen to state citizens, which they couldn't have done with that amendment. They reduced us all to a situation of guardian and ward, or maybe even more accurately, master and slave. So here you have the 13th Amendment that did away with slavery, and everybody loves that amendment. And yet we're all slaves today. And that's exactly what these bastards want, and what I've worked so hard for decades to overcome. And now we have justices on the Supreme Court that know a lot of what I've been saying here. And I'll be more willing to act on it when they get back in October. Still probably not as fully as I would personally like, but they know a lot about what's going on here. Finally. And Trump gets back in there and appoints 2 more younger ones, and heaven knows where they went to law school to learn this stuff. But they do. And they know what needs to be done there. So that's really good news for all of us. And it's great news for those of you that have been harmed in the past, noting there's no statute of limitations on acts of deceit, fraud, and treason. And you can do very well for yourself. Check in with me, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. I'll tell you how to go about all that. And none of these official actors have any capacity to come into our courts. And not only that, but they don't have any of that BS qualified judicial immunity either. You'll learn all about that and how it works, but it works in our favor, not against us. Black is white in this system. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. For more information, you're going to love what's going on here and with the Supreme Court and the issues we have now. I mean, it's absolutely astounding. We have rights. We can invoke them. What we need is to be advised where the judicial courts are. And I'm asking the Supreme Court directly about that because they know and I know those courts have to be there, one in every county. We get in there, the ball game is over. The local dumbass can't come in there, law enforcement thugs, state bar association attorneys, you name it. That's our court. We own it. We created the whole thing. Think about it. Principal and agent relationship. And yet they think it's guardian and warden that we're incompetent. That's the subject for the next upcoming video. Listen to this one about the PTA and the woke BS they have to tolerate in schools these days. But in any case, send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. Thank you.